Remember minimalism? So I think I've always been a person who's been very intentional about the things that I bring home. But since I started playing and collecting TCGs, this has gone out the window. It's gotten to the point where my office, the place that I'm in right now, is just filled to the brim with cards and sleeves and deck boxes and even props for YouTube videos. And I don't know where to put them. They're just in the middle. And recently I've been thinking about redesigning this whole space to make room for all of these new cards, all of these new things that I'm bringing into my home. But it doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. It feels like I'm just trying to solve a problem that I shouldn't even have. Because this room is not just a place where I record my videos. This room is a place where I work my 9 to 5. It's also a guest room. That sofa in the back is a sofa bed. And when people come to my house to stay, they stay in this room, and I want it to be comfortable. I don't want it to be filled with things. And even if I decided to reorganize this room, that would mean that the sofa would have to go, and I would have to put like sideboards or whatever. And then I couldn't have people come over. So I don't really want to do that. I need to fix this problem some other way. So this is a problem that has been ongoing since I started collecting and playing Digimon. And a few months ago, I decided that I wanted to contain my collection, my Pokemon collection, my Digimon collection, everything related to this hobby, into a sideboard that I bought at IKEA. That actually fits into this room quite nicely, which is that. But that's full already. It's just insanely full. I can't put anything new in there. So anything new that I bring home is gonna just not fit in there, and I would have to put it somewhere in the middle of the room where it's actually stressing me out. So I need to solve this problem somehow. Just to give you a little bit of context, I collect Pokemon cards, and I collect and play Digimon TCG. Now, my Pokemon collection is not really the problem here. My Pokemon collection is just a bunch of binders that I have with cards that I like, thematic pages, a couple of master sets, and then I have a bulk box with like holos and reverse holos and just cards that are common cards that I like, or for Pokemon that I like, just so that I can switch things up a little bit. So there's not a lot of Pokemon that I have, and I haven't been buying any Pokemon really, because the sets that have been released, they don't add anything to my current collection. There's nothing in them that I want for my collection. So I think I'm in a pretty good spot with Pokemon. I don't think I need to get rid of a lot of stuff there. I do have some slabs that I could probably sell. I can probably talk about this another time, but I also have a limit to how many slabs I want to have. And I think I'm over that limit by quite a bit. But even my Pokemon side of things is not immune to these things. Recently I tried to complete a master set of Phantasmal Flames, which is a set that I don't even really like. It's just that I got caught up in videos where people were doing master sets, and I thought, well, I have a ton of cards, so I might as well fill a binder and open a bunch of product. Luckily, I realized that it was pointless before I bought the really expensive cards. So I did dismantle this whole thing, and I do try to kind of curate my collection often so that these things don't happen. But with Digimon, it's a little bit different. It's because I play the game. So in terms of collecting Digimon, there's not that much that I have. I made a video last year about, not last year actually, a few months ago, about my collecting goals for 2026. And in that video, I basically tell you everything that I'm collecting for Digimon, which is still pretty much the same thing. But then, for playing Digimon, I have a ton of cards. I have a ton of bulk. Like, I don't even know what I have. I have so many cards, and don't get me wrong, like, everything is organized, but that doesn't mean that I know everything I have. The idea that I had when I started playing Digimon was that, and I think this was a bit naive, but it was that I would build a catalog of cards where I could just go to my bulk boxes if I wanted to build a deck and just pick the cards from there and actually build a deck without having to buy anything else. At that point, I didn't realize how crazy that was, because if you think about it, that means that the goal is to just have a playset of every single card in the game, in every set. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's a little bit crazy, and I don't know if I want to do that anymore. And it's a problem because I thought, well, if I buy a couple of bulk boxes, those are big boxes where I can store a ton of cards. I don't think I'm gonna run out of space anytime soon. But yeah, they're full. There's no more space. I have 3 pretty much full bulk boxes already. So anything that I buy from now on I don't know where I'm going to put it. Like, I really don't know where I'm going to put it. I think I have a box. I have 2 boxes for BT sets. One of them is completely full. The other one has a little bit of space, so maybe a couple of sets worth of space. But then I have an EX bulk box, and that's full. That's completely full. I can't put anything else in there. And then, as I mentioned, I have another bulk box for Pokemon stuff. So I have 4 bulk boxes in total, and that's all I can fit in my sideboard. There's not enough room to put more bulk boxes in there. So somehow I need to free up space. And then something that I haven't talked about is that later this year, I'm getting into another TCG, both playing and collecting. You can leave in the comments which one you think it is. And if you're in the comments already, just subscribe and like and all those things as well. But yeah, I'm getting into another TCG, so I need even more space for that. So yeah, I've been thinking about what to do with everything that I have. And I have a few options. The first one is to remove sleeves from common cards, because the way that I store my cards in the bulk boxes is that I separate the cards into playsets, and then each playset goes into a penny sleeve. So you can imagine that that's a lot of space taken up by just sleeves. So if I remove all of the sleeves from all of my playsets, I think I can manage to free up quite a bit of space. And initially I was liking this idea quite a bit, but then I realized that this is just a temporary fix, because at some point, fairly soon as well, these bulk boxes are going to be full. Like, I can't store every single card, like a playset of every single card indefinitely forever, because eventually I'm going to run out of space again and I'm going to have the same problem. The second one is a little bit more radical, in the sense that it would be to just get rid of everything. Just sell everything, sell all of my bulk, get rid of all of it, and just keep my alt arts in my binders, which are the most expensive cards that I would probably need to buy if I wanted to build a deck, and just buy the things I need when I want to build a specific deck. Because that's another thing, I can count with one hand the amount of decks that I've built using my catalog. And most of those decks I haven't even used. I just built them just because I had the cards. So do I really need them? Like, if I really want to build a deck, I could just go to Card Market and get all of the cards for way cheaper than it would cost me to buy all of the boxes that I'm buying at the moment, and storing that, and the space that it takes in my head to store all of those cards. So yeah, I was thinking, what if I just get rid of everything? And I don't know, maybe I keep the cards that I really like for my collection, or yeah, I don't know. But then I think that's a little bit too much. I don't want to get rid of everything. Some cards might be a little bit difficult to find, even if they're commons or rares or whatever. So that leaves me with a third option, which is to get rid of everything except for my SRs, my promos, and maybe, yeah, what I said, the cards that are a little bit more difficult to find in the wild. I would need to figure out which ones are those cards, because I don't know at the moment. But another thing I can do is to just maybe keep the cards that are relevant to the archetypes that I'm playing or to the decks that I'm playing. That's also a little bit difficult, because I would have to figure out how many variations of the deck that I play are there, and like the different texts that people use for those decks. And I would have to just check my bulk box to see if I have those cards and keep them. But I think this is actually a good compromise, because then I would have the most expensive cards, sometimes the cards that are the hardest to find, in my bulk boxes. It would pretty much free up all of them. But yeah, I think if I do that, I can reduce 3 bulk boxes full of Digimon cards to maybe 1, and it would get filled very, very slowly, right? Because if I only add promos and SRs and stuff like that, that wouldn't get filled like in a year, like what's happened with the other ones. I think that's actually what I'm going to be doing. And that means that I have now 4 bulk boxes in the sideboard. So one of them would remain for Digimon cards, SRs, promos, cards relevant to the decks that I'm playing. The other box would be all my Pokemon stuff, because that box is not getting filled anytime soon, because I curate my Pokemon stuff fairly often. And then I would have another box for the new TCG that I'm going to be collecting and playing in a few months. And that leaves me with an empty bulk box. And what I can do with this empty bulk box is to put in the decks that I already have, because these decks are also taking up quite a bit of space. And what I can also do is to free up deck boxes, because I have a ton of deck boxes, but they're all filled with decks that I'm not using. So if I can move those decks to a bulk box and free up those deck boxes for other decks that I might want to build in the future, I think that would be cool. Yeah, this is going to be an ongoing decluttering project for all of my TCG stuff. And I don't know if there's any other option that I could try to do. I'm not going to jump the gun and sell everything right away. I think I'm going to think about it for a little bit, think about if there's any other solution that I can implement that would give me the space that I need. But yeah, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. I think there's a lot of people out there that do that have a catalog of cards that they can refer to and build decks from that. And that's great, but I don't have the space. I really don't have the space. I thought I would, but I don't. But having said that, if you can think of another way for me to do this, let me know in the comments, because I'm super curious about how people deal with this issue, because it is an issue. Like, I don't own a store. I don't own a huge space where I can have bulk boxes upon bulk boxes of stuff. So yeah, let me know how you do it, how you approach building decks and getting the cards that you need. But I think I'm going to be getting rid of a bunch of cards throughout the year. Then if I do this, I worry a little bit about what's going to happen with my streams, because in my streams, I just open Digimon boxes and I have a lot of fun doing that. But if I'm not keeping a playset of every single card, then what's the point of buying multiple boxes? Fun. Just fun. I will keep doing that. I will keep buying a couple of boxes a set. I don't think I'm going to buy like 7 boxes of anything like I did for EX10, although that was very fun. But I think I will still buy a couple of boxes of every set. I will probably keep all of the SRs, all of the alt arts. And then again, if I want to build a deck from any of those sets, I will have some of the cards and the rest will be sold or donated. I was also doing a project where I was trying to open 1 box of every single set. I'm still doing that. I'm not missing that many sets anymore. And that's only just buying 1 box of the sets that I'm missing. So I will keep hunting for those and opening them on stream if I can and when I can. But yeah, I don't think that's going to change my content very much. It's just a matter of getting things under control, because everything's a mess. Like, you don't see it because I tidy everything up for these videos. But like right now, there, I have a box full of AD01 cards that I haven't even organized because I bought a case. So anyway, I think I've rambled a little bit too much. And if you're here, that was kind of the point of this video. I want to try to make videos that are a little bit more scrappy, a little bit faster for me to record and edit. Because as you know, I tend to do videos that take months to be finished. And I am currently doing some videos that you won't see for like, I don't know, 4 or 6 months. And I don't want the channel to be dead until then. I do want to post more videos. I do want to keep the channel alive. In order to do that, I need to find a format that's sustainable to me in terms of how much time it takes to record a video, edit the video, plan the video. So yeah, if you're enjoying this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want more like this, and I'll try to think of some topics to make some content. And I think that's it. Wish me luck in my decluttering journey. And until next time, catch you later. Bye.